Hey everybody, this is Howard, and you're at Otter's Retirement Corner, co-starring Juno. Let's talk about life insurance. Not going to sell you anything, not going to try to sell you anything. Uh, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they were talking about their elderly mother who was widowed, and the fact that she had life insurance. And that seemed really strange to me. Let me preface this. I studied insurance for a while in college as a finance major, and I grew to be a supporter of term life insurance. And I'm kind of anti-universal whole life. And I'm not saying nobody should buy it. There's purposes for insurance policies. There's purposes for life insurance. I just prefer personally term life insurance. So, the question is, as we reach retirement age, or as we retire, or go through retirement, do we need life insurance? What's the purpose of life insurance? And to me, as I studied it, the purpose is always to replace the possibility of lost income. So as I was working, I had insurance through my company, fortunately. I was able to buy it up. I had a quite substantial, large amount of insurance as I was 5, 6, 7 years out from retirement. And as I moved closer to retirement, I didn't buy it up as much. They provided you a certain amount and you can buy it up to a higher level. And the idea that I would die, at 65 years before retirement, I wanted to leave my wife, whatever that difference between earnings between 60 and 65 when I was going to retire, I wanted to leave her that much money so that, she wouldn't miss my income. And then as I got closer to retirement, I took it down, took it down, took it down. And when I retired, because I had enough money to live on for both of us, I stopped my insurance. Now, my wife has term insurance. She's quite a bit younger than me. She started it, I'm going to say about 12, 13 years ago. And, she locked in a rate. It's a really low rate policy. It's a good policy. And she's still working. So if she should pass, I would have that income from her insurance to replace her working income. We're getting to the point now where we probably really don't need it, so we'll cut that back as she gets closer to retirement and cut it off probably in a year or two. Don't tell her. so, so the whole point is, as I heard about this woman who's, she's in her 80s, why does she have life insurance? My mother had like a $10,000 insurance policy, so when she died, we'd have the money to bury her. And it was ridiculous. We had the money to bury her anyway, and it was a whole life policy, and it was a ridiculous policy. She probably paid out 3 times what it was worth over the time she had it. The idea of universal or whole life is that, there's an investment portion of it. You can build cash value in it. So it acts as insurance and investment. And my theory is if you want insurance and investment, buy term life and invest the difference in the premium. Term life costs a lot less. Whatever that premium difference is between term and whole life, take that amount and invest it. Open a brokerage fund, buy the S&P 500 index, and you'll be fine. It's the insurance you want, not the investment. And certainly there's going to be people out there who argue with me on this, and anybody in the insurance business is going to argue with me on this. My father at one time sold life insurance, and he wouldn't argue with me on this. He did it as a job. He didn't necessarily believe in it, which is hard to do, and I don't understand. But, certainly there's going to be people who, want to sell insurance products. There's people on YouTube who will swear by it, and you'll see their videos, and it's because they're selling it. Very few people who don't sell insurance would support buying universal or whole life. Not saying there's nobody, but find them. They're hard to find. So the question remains, when's it good to have insurance and when you really don't need insurance? We don't have children, so I didn't need to leave anything to anybody. If you're 35 or 40 or 45 and you have children and a wife or a husband, and you need to replace your income if you die, then you have insurance. The more income you have, the more insurance you should buy. Some people buy more than that so that, there's a substantial amount to leave to their children or spouse. And, that's up to you. It obviously costs more for the more you buy. And as you get older, it costs more. As you get up into your 60s, life insurance becomes very expensive. I don't know what this woman's paying. I don't know what kind of policy she has. But the idea that she has insurance just it seems strange to me. Unless she bought a term policy when she was extremely young and locked in a really low rate and she's going to leave it to her kids. I don't get it, but that's fine. So the question I have for all of you is, what are your thoughts on this? Do you have life insurance? Why do you have life insurance? What kind of life insurance do you have? Do you have universal or whole life? Do you have term? What is your understanding of what's better and what's worse, and why did you buy what you bought? Hopefully, as I had through most of my life as I was employed, my employer provided life insurance. It might have been only $50,000, and then you could buy it up. As my last few years of my job, it was quite a bit substantially more than that, because I had a much higher salary. So, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times your salary, and you can keep buying it up. So, not everybody has that. Not everybody has health insurance at work. So, what do those people do? It's very difficult to buy whole life when you're struggling just to get through. And if you have a family, insurance is important. And again, if it were me, I would be buying term and not paying the extra money for a whole life policy. Controversial or not. But, again, tell me what you think. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me if you work with an agent, a broker, what they talk you into, what they brought you into, or what they recommended. I'm willing to bet they very seldom recommend term life because they don't make a lot of money selling term life. And that's how you can tell, what the company makes is how much they pay their agents. And, your agents aren't going to tell you, your brokers aren't going to tell you, but if you're going through a broker, your broker's making money and the insurance company's making money. And it's money you could be saving and investing. So let's hear it. As always, comments, keep them nice. Don't keep them nice. I don't care. I'll have the conversations with you. Just be upfront and real. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Thanks. Bye.